Are you ready?
Yeah. Perfection. Yeah. I'm not going to let you film me eating. It's horrible. What are you doing?
Guess who's back?
With
back
a brand new
again.
rap.
I don't mean rap. No.
Breaking the camera in the process.
Rory is back in action. Welcome back, Rory.
Thank you.
He met us in Hong Kong, which we reached after a very long train journey from Hanoi. And we spent, what was it, about 6 days to a week in Hong Kong. Saw a bunch of stuff.
Rory was keen to set off on a cultural trail, so we headed to Ocean Park, the local theme park.
Which wasn't actually my favourite place.
Didn't actually enjoy it. Well, he did enjoy it.
Turns out I do like roller coasters.
The first ride we went on, he refused to come on and decided to play photographer instead, but after a bit of cajoling, he did agree to come with us.
Peer pressure.
And he enjoyed the Abyss and the Dragon in particular. He agreed to go on the Dragon because he said that the Dragon ride at Legoland was his favourite ride.
He also
the Dragon has 2 loop-the-loops. I've done my first loop-the-loop in a roller coaster.
Loop-da-loop.
Loop-de-loop, as Wingfield.
Yeah. Rory also cited Ranulph Fiennes' autobiography as inspiration to go on a roller coaster. Here we are in Ocean Park, and Anne the panda is chowing down on what looks like bamboo, I think. What do you think, Rory?
I'm busy, I'm taking a photo.
Say again?
There's too many people in the way.
Yeah.
Oh! That's clever.
Oh! Bit of a slip. That, boys. Grand finale.
Here comes the big one.
Whoa! All aboard! Hey!
Isn't this fantastic?
Rory aboard the hammerhead, Ollie aboard
Giant
strange
testicles.
creature which looks like 2 giant testicles. Yeah, good pair of balls there. And yours truly aboard the seahorse, Jeffrey.
Another cultural highlight of Hong Kong was Happy Valley races, organised by the Hong Kong Jockey Club, and it was a very, very good night's racing. Completely different to anything any of us have seen before. And the race course is in the middle of the city, so it's surrounded by skyscrapers and bright lights and things.
It was completely bizarre. I actually got my first ever win on any form of betting.
Best noodle.
Which was not on the horse Best Noodle, but was on Romancing Tamar. So yeah, it was a big win. The other 2 didn't win.
Previous bets include backing Wagner to win the X Factor and Whittaker to win Strictly Come Dancing.
But Happy Valley was very happy and a lot of fun. Right, here we are at Happy Valley Racecourse. Rory, El Punter Extraordinaire, has just put a bet on the upcoming race.
90p.
90p on which horse? Right, what he means by that is number 7.
Don't want to jinx it, mate. Don't want to jinx it.
Ollie has bet on number 10 to win, and I've got 50 on number 5 to place. $50. It's a pretty incredible stadium.
And I'd just like to show everyone what Wingo's wearing. If you can see it in the light, actually, it's probably reflecting.
I'm looking like a local, put it that way. Come on! Oh, Tamar's beast into the middle of the pack. Beastie. as well as that sort of stuff, we did actually see a couple of cultural things like the Star Ferry, which brought back the memories.
Your childhood.
Yeah, going back to my childhood all those years ago. 11 years since I was last in Hong Kong, and it was good to be back. So we did a trip on the Star Ferry at night. Now aboard the Star Ferry, piece of Hong Kong history, looking at what is probably one of the most amazing views of a city in the world. The camera doesn't even begin to do it justice. Laser beams off the majority of the buildings, everything is lit, and it's pretty awesome. What's the verdict, Ollie?
I want to live here.
I want to live here.
Oh, here's my fellow
photographer. What's the verdict, Ollie? Rory, even?
I'm trying to think of a pun, but I'm just going to go with stunning.
Stunning.
Simple.
We were staying in a very nice apartment in Hong Kong, so thank you very much to the Applebee's.
Very, very generous accommodation.
Yeah. We were staying on the Peak, which Rory likes to point out is the equivalent of Mayfair on the Hong Kong Monopoly board.
Yeah.
So we were living at large.
Tightsy is dying to point out that we went to Macau for one reason in particular, not the fact that it has more casinos than Las Vegas and more money is gambled there than in Las Vegas, but the fact that...
What language do they speak there?
They speak Portuguese.
Well, they speak Chinese, but
they don't actually speak Portuguese. Well, they're meant to, but I tried speaking Portuguese to quite a few people, and they weren't really. I don't know whether it was because they couldn't understand me because my accent's so appalling, or because they just don't actually really speak it.
Obrigado.
They had lots of signs in Portuguese there, so that was very exciting.
yeah, no, Macau was cool. We took the hydrofoil across, not the helicopter, which was a shame, but we took the hydrofoil and spent the night there.
Wearing very cool clothes.
Wearing some very cool clothing.
Well, some of us weren't actually too keen to wear the very cool clothes until others peer pressured you into
I'm
it.
susceptible to peer pressure.
we bought Rory a cool tie.
This is the culprit.
Ollie,
This heinous crime against
Came from
fashion.
the ladies' market in Hong Kong. Wingo and I decided we'd go on a shopping expedition
Mate,
before
I'll be
Rory arrived, and we
taking it off.
his reaction when he first saw it for the first time was one of great joy and amazement, and kind of respect for us.
but it turned out to be very lucky, and Rory won £7.50 on the roulette. I also won. Oliver did not.
We've been
not
banned from every casino in Macau.
From winning too much money.
Yeah.
I counted
High
cards. A blackjack. Boarding the ferry to Macau, where the streets are paved with gold. Rory wearing a very smart jacket. Rory, are you feeling lucky tonight?
Lucky. Chicken.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Or you could just get like.
What do I want?
chips.
Where to go to first?
These chopsticks.
From Hong Kong, we moved on the train to Shanghai, which was
negotiating our tickets.
which was not great. We spent
Well, from Shenzhen, not from Hong Kong.
well, exactly, because we spent a huge amount of time trying to A, get train tickets and B, get visas. Rory ended up FedExing his Russian visa invitation out from the UK, and so it arrived at his house in Charney Bassett at I think 12, and then was picked up by another courier 2 hours later to be shipped out to Hong Kong Express.
Got to know the diplomat quite well, who doesn't like English people, or anyone it seems for that matter. And he said to me at the end, when I finally produced this copy, having offered to do scans, and he finally produced this copy of the original that had been FedExed out, and he said, "This is invitation for business visa. Your list of cities: Petropavlovsk, Irkutsk, Moskva, Novosibirsk, Yekaterinburg. It looks to me like tourism." So the Russian government now thinks that we are looking at business opportunities to set up a chain of hostels across Siberia. So any suggestions for names for our
Russian
chain of hostels?
hostel,
We
or
appreciate
locations,
it.
in
Leave your
fact.
comments below.
Visas got and passports received. We went to Shanghai on a very long train, but it was quite good actually. We were in sleeper class and then got to Shanghai. There was a very weird guy though on the train, and I mean, I don't know quite what he was doing. He started doing exercises in the middle of the aisle.
After about an hour, he's decided that his joints were stiff.
Stopping that deep vein thrombosis from kicking in.
So in Shanghai,
How high?
In Shanghai, we spent 1 or 2 days looking around a couple of main sites. We saw the Bund, which is the river. Went to the Shanghai Museum, which was full of lots of really interesting Chinese bronze sculptures and furniture. Rory took lots of pictures of the furniture.
Highlights.
So we travelled from Shanghai to Beijing after a couple of days in Shanghai, and we travelled in hard seat, which is exactly as it sounds. And the train, I mean, I was saying to Rory, in India they fill up a train and then it goes. In China they fill up a train and then they fill it up and then it goes. So there are about double the people that should have been on it. There were people just sleeping all over each other, lying on the floor, sitting on the floor.
You could not move. It was
there,
like
was
a zoo.
There was a guy who stood up for 14 hours in the middle of the night and slept standing up holding onto the thing.
There was also a girl opposite us whose face was literally like a globe.
She'd wake up every 10 minutes. She slept with her face flat on the table, which probably explains the nose. And she kept waking up and suddenly going and looking around like she'd been dazzled, and she was next to Edward and kept going like a chipmunk.
But we did eventually make it, and from Beijing that very same day we got our tickets and boarded the train to Pyongyang.
Where?
Pyongyang.
Where's that?
That's North Korea. That's
north, not south.
North, not south.
See you next time.
Kim Jong-il.
出力省都唔出翻力，咁好嘢嘅。嗱，生鏽嘅鐵閘都可以，咁同埋最後拉屎啦，企住個玻璃窗眼鏡、浴室嗰啲鏡，翻屋企開水。嗱，用剩嘅噴壺樽，嗱大概一茶羹咁入落個樽咧，加水熬勻噴落去。嗱，冇樽加咗水咧，攞一滴茶落去，當佢玻璃水，兩邊啊揾水，中間神奇去污劑清餘個魚咧，幫你放。